Okay, so I know that you didn't have a lot of time to process the pictures. They kind of did that on purpose. Hopefully, you guys didn't look up the images on Google. But I know they'll be hard to find anyway. But I want you to recall something I said at the very beginning of the semester that I've been repeating myself a lot. Like every time that we look at a piece of literature or something, even after when you get out of school, the things that you're going to have to do, it's your perception of things, how you perceive things, your influences, the things that, how you grew up, how you're trained, how you're raised, your friends, all those things play a factor in what you see daily, and how you judge things. I've actually asked you to make a judgment. I didn't say judgment on this, but it's really looking at people and making judgments. And we're going to kind of go through that today. I know that the folks at home right now probably will not be able to hear you guys just because of the way the mics are. And so I'll be quick on the discussions. I'll try to as best I can recite what you say. So if I get it wrong, say, Coach Witt, you're wrong. So this is what I was trying to say. And it's probably not that big of a deal. But first things first, what do all these pictures have in common? Okay, people with signs on their hands, mass of people, and you said protesting. Yeah, they're protesting. So they found something that they are supposedly passionate about, and they're protesting. So let's break it down let's forget about the questions right now. All right, let's just look at the pictures one at a time. All right, and this is how I would break it down if I was doing that. What's going on here in this first picture? Something about voting. Now, if you look over there on the right, it says election reform. At least that's what I'm thinking that sign says. But they're looking, I'm noticing that they're pretty happy. They don't seem to, I don't know. I mean, they're saying we are voting. They're doing like this. We're voting. We're voting. There's one guy that's yelling, with his sign. But for the most part, they seem to be pretty happy that they're voting. But there's something that they want to say. If I was a politician, I'm looking at this and okay, that's a bunch of college kids. Probably. Right? Maybe. I don't know what you put. You probably saw that. Anybody see anything else about these guys?
I've also noticed they're
Mostly women. Okay. There is one guy. What else? What do you not see? You don't see people of color. Correct. So it's very one-sided or something. So you just don't see a diversity amount. You don't see diversity in that photo. So if I was a politician, I'm looking at is this going to be important to me? All right. So the other thing that I'm going to go ahead and say it, what you should see that these photos have in common, the underlying theme, is they are trying to convince somebody of something. It's a form of protesting, is a form of persuasion. So, what's that?
like fighting for what they believe is right.
Yeah. They want to convince people. What about this second photo? Notice the difference in faces. Look at that guy. Look at the guy that's in front of him and the guys behind him. And then look at these people. It almost looks like an athletic event cheering on a football team on one, and then this guy. And then these faces. But look at the message. It seems to be a what's that? It is more political. Workers' rights are human rights. So now you're talking about people's rights. I imagine this is some sort of union protest, but I can't be certain. I can't see any union signs or things in that. There might be something. I see a sign in the back that says tax. It's very hard to see. So I don't know what's necessarily what's going on. I know it's in the city. Just from the looks at it, it looks like it could be New York because there's a billboard, maybe electronic billboard. It looks like a Pepsi commercial actually, Pepsi billboard. So all right, just kind of throwing a shout out for Pepsi. I'm a Coke drinker, by the way. So anyway, Pepsi's not my thing. The Mountain Dew, on the other hand, could be. So, just saying. But these guys are passionate. These seem a little bit more passionate about what they believe in. So I thought that was interesting. And this seems to be a little bit more diverse. A little bit more. Are these white collar workers? Do we know the difference between white collar and blue collar?
White collar is more high class,
White collar is more office personnel, not manual labor. Blue collar, manual labor. This would be more blue collar. That's some of the things that I'm noticing. All right, so the last one. This one I'm not real familiar with, but they're saying no to something. Do they seem passionate? Yeah, maybe maybe they're taking a break. They're just kind of standing up there going, holding their sign. What about the diversity in this one? Okay, I'd say where do you think this photo is taken? Okay, I would also suggest too, looking at the flag in the background, this could be somewhere place in the Middle East, maybe. The trees don't say desert to me, but the faces of the people, the dark hair, tends to lead me to believe that this might be Middle Eastern, just because of skin tone and hair. Again, just kind of looking at it, but I don't know what they're protesting. It's the flag that makes me think Middle Eastern, but I can't see the colors really clear, so I don't know. I mean, it could be.
That's the only reason I didn't base it off the flag just for that reason.
Yeah, because flags can be anywhere. It could be one of the South American flags, so I'm not sure. But so what is happening and why right now, because we don't know, we have to rely on our own, what we have learned through life to figure out what's in these. And that's what we have to do. In order to persuade people, we also have to take note of who we're talking to. I know we're looking at the images, but imagine if we were in one of those photos and one of those. Who are we trying to impress and how, or get them to change their mind? So anyway, it's just an exercise. That's all I want you to guys to see at the moment before we go to